What is going on, folks? This is Art of IBMOR coming at you with an article read that I found a few minutes ago. And the title says that California votes to ban new gas car sales by 2035. I'm going to read the article as follows. California air regulators voted Thursday to approve stringent rules that would ban the sale of new gasoline cars by 2035 and set interim targets to phase the cars out. The measure is an historic one in the U.S. and would be the first time such bans worldwide. It has major implications of the car market given how large California's economy is, and the several states are expected to implement similar rules. This is monumental, California Air Resources Board member Daniel Sperling told CNN. This is the most important thing to curb, I guess that's the name of the California Air Resources Board, has done in the last 30 years. It's important not just for California, but important for the country and the world. The board's new rules would also set to interim quotas for zero emissions vehicles, focusing on new models. Starting with 2026 models, 35% of new cars, SUVs, and small pickups sold in California will be required to be zero emissions vehicles. That quota will increase each year and is expected to reach 51% of all new car sales in 2028, 68% in 2030, and 100% in 2035. The quotas will allow 20% of zero emission cars sold to be plug-in hybrids. The rules will not impact used vehicles, allowing them to stay on the roads. The rules won't be immediate and will go into effect 2026, Sperling said. Multiple states are expected to follow suit. Already 15 states, including Colorado and Minnesota, as well as states on the northeast and west coast, follow California's previous zero emissions vehicle regulations. Guess we've been talking about this for a minute. They're trying to get rid of gas-powered vehicles. California doesn't have the exact count of how many of those states will adopt the 2035 ban on new gas vehicle sales, but expects the majority of states will follow, said Alex Stack, a spokesperson for California Governor Gavin Newsom. New York, Oregon, and Washington State and Rhode Island officials confirmed that CNN they plan to adopt California's rule, though through their own rulemaking process, while New Jersey, Maryland officials say they're reviewing California's decision. Public comment in Washington State is similar. The plan will start September 7th. This is a critical milestone in our climate fight, which is why Washington is poised to institute these same requirements by year end. Washington Governor Jay Inslee told CNN in a statement, "We look forward to partnering with other states and the Biden administration to rapidly reduce the country's primary source of greenhouse gas emissions." New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. Why can't I talk right now? Conservation. Wow. 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 Okay. Conservation. It looks different than I'm saying it. Trust me. Conservation Commissioner Basil Seggs told CNN in a statement that California's Thursday vote unlocks New York's ability to adopt the same regulation. Sperling said that most of these states will follow California's lead and could transform the U.S. auto industry. This is a big part of the U.S. market, Sperling said. Even if the feds don't move on a regulatory perspective, a big chunk of the country will be moving forward. Sperling added that the process drafting the rules had received surprisingly little debate. The pushback for car companies, a signal that companies themselves are embracing the move to zero-emission vehicles. Several companies, including Ford and GM, have already announced ambitious plans to move towards zero-emission cars, trucks, and SUVs. The car companies see what's happening in China and Europe, and Sperling said many of them have already made the announcement about how they're converting totally to electric vehicles. Thursday's vote is a culmination of years of work. In 2020, Newsom signed an executive order mandating that all vehicles sold in the state must be zero emissions by 2035. With these new standards due to set the roadmap to get, Governor California Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kolonakis, that's a weird name, told CNN's Kate Bolin on Thursday. California's also got the boost from the Biden administration, which reinstated California's long ability to set its own vehicle emission standards earlier this year. The Trump administration rolled back the California waiver in 2019. Okay, so what does this mean? You could say bye-bye to gas-powered vehicles. They're trying to eliminate emissions. Most of these vehicles will be electronic, which also means these vehicles are going to be computer controlled. That's also mean that you're going to have a lot more self-driving cars on the road. Remember, they're trying to stay on top of what Tesla's doing. Tesla already has self-driving cars from their Teslas. And so that was just the first step. Now they're pushing forward. Even with most, I guess you say, sports cars, because I've heard that there was an article that came up about the new Challenger and Charger. Their models are going to be zero emissions, which I think the V6 ones are going to be hybrids, but the V8s are going to be total electric vehicles. So be on the lookout for seeing more electric terminals in your states if they pass these, because they're going to have to make sure they implement putting these electric terminals at supermarkets, at malls, mall terminals that the cars are going to be parked in, because these are going to have to be paid. And this is something that we've always talked about in the future. They're going to try to phase out gas-powered cars. For you to have a gas-powered car on the road, it's probably going to be more expensive as time goes on, to where it's going to be economically viable for you to either call an Uber or get an electric vehicle. Now, I'm not too sure how much the new Dodge Challenger and Charger are going to cost, but I'm pretty sure it's going to cost a pretty big penny. I'm pretty much it's going to probably cost about a pretty good penny, to where only a certain few people are going to be able to get. Now, like I said, you still be able to drive your gas-powered car. That's fine. But keep in mind that, for you to be able to find a gas station and you be spending money on it, it's probably going to cost you quite a bit of money. But 2035 is still, 13 years away? So in 13 years, all cars on the road will be electric powered. All new cars will be electric powered by 2035. But you're going to start seeing implementing changes over these next 10 years. So they're really pushing this. So just something I want to put out in there in the ether. Excuse me for not saying the word correctly. Conservation. But trust me, it looked funnier on the screen than it was in my brain, I guess. So I was just saying it like that. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Like I said, it's not something we didn't know what was going on or it was going to happen. We've been saying this for a minute, and now you're starting to see once again the stuff we said a couple years ago happening to fruition. So we have been proven right in this space time and time again. But this is just writing on the boards. But with that, I am out. This is Art of IBMOR, signing off. Deuces.